Hello.
Oh my god, y'all are in for a banger chap today. I'm just kidding.
Welcome back to Wheel Takes, a podcast about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy novels written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson, or
We'll
as
have
we
fun anyway.
may or may not refer to them. Sometimes Brobden, Branbert, Jobderson.
Hey, they're all banger chaps.
I mean, I like this.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
It is.
This podcast only contains spoilers for what Allie's already read, and today that's everything up to and including The Gathering Storm, Chapter 5. Allie, go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
It is a chapter in which things occurred. And by things, I mean we looked at some stuff. We looked at some other stuff.
Well, it's
the top of the book. They can't be bangers yet.
Some
of them have been bangers, actually. You know what? I think I've been spoiled by bangers recently.
It's a what are we doing, where are we at, what is different chapter, right?
Yeah.
It's a what's changed.
Well,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Let's remind ourselves of some stuff that's been set up.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got Rand giving a fuck about the sea folk.
He
hey,
did.
That is actually news.
Well, did he give a fuck about the sea folk, or did he give a fuck about what the sea folk could do for him?
Porque no los
Did he do the opposite? Who is it who said,
what is giving a fuck if not seeing someone's usefulness?
He said, ask not what I can do for the sea folk, ask instead what the sea folk can do for me.
It's true.
I mean, but I get it. It's the end of the world and all that.
He's like, TikTok, I ordered DoorDash forever ago.
Hey, you guys were supposed to be my water taxi.
He's like, I saw a TikTok of someone delivering a DoorDash during a freaking police raid.
Standoff? Yeah, I saw
police
that one.
standoff, which really should be an advertisement for DoorDash, and he is not being paid remotely enough.
This is a TikTok of somebody who brings food delivery to a house while the police are doing a raid on the house across the street.
Yeah. And they're like, hurry up!
They're like, do not be here, sir. And he's like, DoorDash.
It's DoorDash. And they're like, hurry up. And then he runs and they're like, faster. It's very funny.
Like, it's not safe for you,
Not
guy.
safe even a little, but I'm sure that there are lots of penalties and stuff for not delivering your food.
That's dumb. I'm just saying, if I'm delivering food and my life is in danger, the food's going to be at least 5 minutes late. And if I get dinged for that...
Possibly a whole tenner.
That seems like some bullshit. I don't know. Hey, you did the opposite of having food delivered this weekend. I don't know why this is the opposite. It's not actually related.
What is the opposite? That I went camping?
It's completely unrelated. But, rather than having food delivered to you, you took food somewhere else and ate it there. You went camping. The first time you've ever gone camping? Yes, and some friends. First time you've ever camped in a tent.
It is.
How did you like it?
I loved it.
It's fun, isn't it?
I had so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, my family had always shit on camping, but I knew I would like it. I knew I would like it. But my family was always like, why would you want to sleep on the ground? And I was like, because nature is a magical miracle, and it's one of the things that's exciting about being alive.
It's pretty great.
Am I wrong?
No, yeah.
Communing it with it and the natural universe is one of the reasons to be alive. And we're just going to deprive ourselves of that because the ground is hard. Get an air mattress.
Yeah, that's why REI exists.
That's
why they make sleeping pads.
The whole time. Was it a little dusty? Yes.
But we were camping in Southern California.
To being a little dusty.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
our
mean?
dog a little hot?
Our dog was
a little hot.
Dusty. Well, okay, but we put him in the car a couple times to cool him down.
Yeah, we turned on the air conditioning
and he actually was mad when we did that.
He hated it. He wanted out.
He immediately was like, why am I in here?
But it was...
I want to bake myself.
Maybe we can go backpacking.
We also had a little pavilion.
Ellie. What do you think? Is that the next on the roster? Backpacking camping?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I'm open to the idea, but
that's a big jump. So
that's a big jump.
Work
so
our way up.
let's work our way up. Right now we have a tent. And I like our tent and I like our dog. Their dog liked the tent.
He did.
But he didn't like sleeping in his bed in the tent.
No.
This was unusual. He sleeps in his bed just fine at home because he is too big for our bed. And he did not want to lie in his bed camping. He wanted to sleep at my feet.
At your feet on your sleeping
bag.
bag.
I was perfectly happy with.
Which was handy because we forgot to bring pillows. And the first night we slept with just our clothes balled up in our sleeping bags.
Not comfortable.
It's fine. It works if you. It's
in
fine.
a pinch, it was fine, but it was not. I wouldn't
not
rate
the
that
best
a 10
situation.
out of 10.
But then the second night,
I would kick that out of bed.
Petey wanted to sleep at Allie's feet, and he would not go on. Not like wouldn't go on his bed, but he just kind of eschewed his bed in favor of sleeping at Allie's feet.
Yeah.
So we flipped the dog bed over and used it as a pillow. It was great.
Oh, it was great. That
Highly
was
recommend
actually super comfortable.
Using clean dog beds as a pillow if you need to.
That was a clean dog bed.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Listen, desperate times, desperate measures.
It brought back a lot of fun. Fun fact about me that listeners may not know, I am in fact an Eagle Scout.
Weird fact about me, that is true of everyone I've ever dated.
Yeah. So I camped a ton when I was younger. And it was good time. Good time. It brought me back.
Everyone I've ever dated seriously.
Sure.
I should say.
I get that.
Isn't that weird?
Well, I'm gonna say you have good taste.
I did not.
I know. Even though you remember a couple episodes ago where you were like, Egwene or Gawain or whoever it was, we know what it's like. I remember in my 20s, I only dated losers. And I said, you were dating me.
I meant in my teens.
I know. It was funny.
He's like, I also chipped a tooth.
Mm-hmm. Not camping, though.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated.
Chipped my front tooth. It's better now.
It's fine now.
Those are our updates.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're trying this sometimes
I drank a bottle too hard.
Yeah, she was acting too hard, and this scene we were doing for an acting exercise had a significant amount of fight choreography in it.
It did.
And we practiced the fight choreography to within an inch of its life.
Oh, yes.
Because I care a lot about that. And the fight choreography all went off perfectly fine.
Perfectly.
Nothing went wrong. Nobody got hurt. Everything went as planned. And then partway through this scene, Allie's supposed to grab a glass bottle and take a swig from it.
It was like at the very beginning of the scene.
Yeah. At the beginning of the scene, Allie's supposed to grab this glass bottle and take a swig from it. And she grabs it and brings it up to her mouth and she clonks it on her front teeth.
So hard that I chipped my front tooth.
Which is not what you want.
It was a bit of a bummer.
And I guess to her credit, but you didn't have to do this, she kept
Show
going.
must go on, guess. I commit.
We finished the scene, and then the next day she went to the dentist and got her tooth fixed. But that was fun. Hey, we're trying this thing now, where sometimes we'll be doing 2 episodes a week. It seems like it's a little easier for us. Weirdly, it's easier for us to do 2 shorter episodes than it is for us to do 1 long one.
It is.
I don't know why that's true, but it appears to be the case. So we're giving this a shot, and this is going to be the second shorter episode this week. I do, in fact, think this one will be a bit shorter, probably around an hour. I feel like we used to aim for 90 minutes, and now we're aiming for 50 to an hour. I say that, and this episode will be 4 hours long, and I'll have to break it into parts because of Spreaker.
Would you like me to read my notes?
I, in fact, would.
If you're like,
love
no,
it.
Actually.
Because we're here today to talk about The Gathering Storm, Chapter 5, A Tale of Blood.
So I wrote...
Blood. I started playing Bloodborne again.
Yeah?
I don't understand the hype. It's good. It's not as good as Sekiro. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Do you have notes?
I do. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anyway. That sounded dismissive.
It's all right. We don't have to talk about Soulsborne games.
No, I just had nothing to...
You have not played any of them.
I have not played it. I do not know what's going on in that game. Because at any given moment... Here's the thing about this game. I've watched you play it a few times now. I have no fucking idea what the plot of this game is or what is happening at any given time.
Well,
and
there's blood. The old blood.
That is clear.
Fear the old blood.
I don't know what that means. It looks like you
beasts
have...
all over the shop.
You're walking around with...
You'll be one of them soon.
Simultaneously a pirate, but also a vampire?
I'm a dapper, gentle lady.
Okay, well, regardless. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be vampires.
No,
or
they're beasts. And I'm a hunter.
Generally beasts.
Beasts.
Listen, I am not shitting on
They
anything.
want blood. There's
if
also
you love
amygdala.
that game, that is your prerogative.
Patches is a spider in this one.
I know nothing about this game other than that there's
forget
a
about
lot of blood.
Daddy Gas Can.
And that I've seen you
Vicar
fist a pig
Amelia.
in the ass.
Well, that's part of the game. That's actually a really fun little...
I'm just telling you what I saw.
Because if you get a charge shot on the enemy, they go into a stagger, and then you can do
a charge shot is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Visceral attack, probably. I don't know. I'm old now. I'm over 30 years old. Shout out to everyone over 30 years old. Hey, yo. Everyone who is over 35 heard me call myself old and started gnashing their teeth. My bad.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's
age is relative.
It's a good game, but Sekiro is better.
Chapter 5.
Sekiro. Shadows Die 5.
Elsa. Isn't she Black Aja?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
But she's also part of the Varen Vanguard.
Confusing. I don't think Varen's Black. I don't think so. I don't want it to be true. And therefore it is not.
Fair.
Wait a minute. We never finished Spirited Away.
We haven't. We still got to watch that. That's true.
Should we finish that tonight? That's not
Whatever
having
you'd
a
like.
movie night, and we've been talking about what to watch. We were going to watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind because he hasn't seen it and I have. But now I'm wondering if we should finish Spirited Away instead.
We could do Spirited
Which you also
Away.
have never finished.
I have not. I don't think I've seen any Miyazaki movies.
I think we got to
That's
finish Spirited
Miyazaki,
Away.
right?
I think so.
Yeah. I know
Yes.
that because there's two Miyazakis.
What if? Okay,
There's-
because that's not going to be a whole movie's length of movie.
We started Spirited Away
You're going to insist we start it over, aren't you?
8 months ago.
You are going to insist that we
I
start
don't
it
remember
over.
what happened.
Oh my God.
There was a
you
man
do
eating
this
food.
Every goddamn time we do anything.
I will give you that it's
do not
silly.
finish a single thing that you start.
You fell
And it
asleep when we were
drives
watching
me
Spirited Away.
Insane.
You also fell asleep when we were watching The Green Knight.
I did.
And
Well,
you fell asleep when we were watching Chungking Express.
I've been falling asleep during movies a lot lately, and
I think that's a
becoming
credit.
My mother.
That's a credit to you taking care of yourself.
I love hot girl naps.
I am all for it.
But here's the thing. You do not finish a single thing you start.
I will.
Have we finished House of the Dragon? No.
The finale
answer is
just
no.
aired like a week
The answer
ago.
is no. Have we finished Bridgerton yet? The new season?
No, I
The answer
didn't
is
really-
no.
yeah.
The answer is no. Have we finished Beef? The
No.
answer is no.
No.
I have a list actually on my
Battlestar
phone.
Galactica.
We haven't
I have
finished
finished it. You
Star
haven't.
Trek. We haven't finished it.
No, well, that's
don't
because
finish
you don't-
things.
you keep
Wait,
doing
hold
other
on.
stuff while we watch Star Trek.
Hold on. Here's the TV shows we are actively watching
There's a
right
lot
now.
of them.
I have a list.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
The LuLaRoe documentary. We only have one episode left of that.
Oh, it
by
got
the
very
way.
depressing.
All of Us Are Dead. We never finished. And this is
wait,
not.
Wait. Which one is that? Is that
That's the zombie
Korean
one.
zombie? Oh, yeah. That was more your thing than mine, though.
My zombies are more, I think. Breaking Bad.
That we do really need to.
We
should
need
go back
Succession.
and we should start
We are
Breaking
currently
Bad over.
also watching. Have not finished.
Succession.
The
we're not watching.
Sopranos.
Succession.
The
We watched one episode.
Sopranos.
Sopranos. We watched
The
5
Sopranos.
episodes. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, what else? The Expanse.
That's true.
I'll Be Gone in the Dark. One episode left.
That one
Still
got really depressing.
forever. Dope Sick. Never finished.
Also
And
got
this is
really
not
depressing.
A knock against any of these shows.
No.
This is
I like
purely
all of these.
Not a call out, a call in. I am holding you accountable right
I finished Squid Game.
The IT Crowd. Haven't finished that.
But here's the thing about
League
these.
of Their Own. No. Here's the thing. This is a call out. But I'm not even finished.
Righteous
League
Gemstones
of
is
Their-
on there too.
Righteous Gemstones is on there. I finished it because I have gotten to. Here are the things I will read for you in a minute. The things that we have started watching together that I have just given up and finished because you refuse to finish anything. Okay. Because you find a new. Okay. League of Their Own. Rami.
I like that show. That was good.
Yes. And then I can't watch it once you start watching it with me because that's Netflix cheating. We can't be Netflix cheating on our spouses.
But if I'm going to be a pain in the ass and not watch it, I think
I'm
it's
not
fair for
even
you to
done with the
watch it.
list.
All right.
Dead to Me, White Lotus, Rings of Power, Fisk, and Jury Duty. These are our shame shows that we are currently actively watching right now.
It's because listen, I blame Baldur's Gate 3 and Bloodborne.
No, I blame you and only you.
That's fair.
We also haven't watched the new season of Only Murders in the Building.
There's a new
You
season?
haven't finished Dairy Girls.
Well, it ends. It gets sad.
You have one episode left.
It's a sad episode.
You have one
Here's
episode
the thing.
left.
Okay, wait.
We haven't watched the new season of Our Flag Means Death.
This is the thing.
Or the new season of What We Do in the
This
Shadows.
is the old season.
You
of
haven't
Our Flag
finished
Means
Ted
Death.
Lasso either. I gave up and watched that without you. The Great. You're the reason it got canceled.
What have I done
I
to
hold you
deserve
accountable.
this?
And Mythic Quest, which I gave up and watched without you.
What did I do to deserve all of this?
I don't know. Because you are going to make me start from the beginning of the movie again.
Okay.
You do this because this is what you do.
This
is what you do. You wait months, and then we finally start watching the show again. This is what this whole episode is actually. This is all a setup. We are not even going to talk about the book at this point. This is an intervention, Gus. Welcome to your intervention. Because then what happens is, I have it up to here with you. Then we finally watch it again months later. Months of me going, oh my God, can we stop starting new shows and actually finish old shows? That way, I'm not finished. Let women speak. It's 2024. Okay, so then what happens is you go, oh, well, I don't remember what happens, so we have to start it from the beginning. We'll never finish a show ever again at this point, Gus. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be in TV and film and have not finished a TV show in years?
I am not stopping you from watching these shows.
But I want to watch them with you.
That is a you problem. You start the show, you go, oh, let's watch this. I go, oh, cool, okay. And then you put it on, and then I am doing something else, and then you turn it off, and then you start watching something else, because who is the one? Who is the one?
What?
Wait.
I'm the problem.
Who is the one who keeps on saying, oh, I heard this show was good. Let's watch it. Is it me?
Yes, sometimes.
Oh, how often?
Okay, it's more often me, but I want to finish the shows we start.
Now, here's my second point.
What?
If I finish the show, it's over, and I get sad.
I know, but sometimes we have to finish stuff. We have to let it be done.
This podcast will go on for 500 years.
That's true. We're bad at
You're
finishing
never
things.
finishing the Wheel of Time. That's a joke. I have every intention of finishing the Wheel of Time.
I'm just saying. Can we finish some of our shows?
Sure.
I have a list.
Yes, I know. You just
I
read
have
it.
a list of shows I want to watch.
Okay.
I have so many shows.
Are we going to start new shows before we finish?
No, and that's why we have to finish shows we are watching, so that I can watch new shows, so that I can watch all of the things that people keep telling me to watch. Oh yeah, we're not done with Silo yet either. I'm adding that to the list, and we're not done with Percy Jackson. Damn, dude, this show I didn't like, but I'm not going to say that out loud.
Can I see it?
No,
can I see which one?
That's one I watched by myself and was like, the book.
Can I see it? I want to see what it was.
I cannot.
I'm not gonna read it out loud. I want to look. I want to see what it is.
I'll whisper to you.
Oh no! Tell me later. Tell me later, and it's fine.
Because I already deleted it. Otherwise, I would have just shown you.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
And I'm not adding it back in because what if I forget to delete it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But there's so many shows I want to watch.
Speaking of finishing things, this chapter, you were reading your notes. Would you like to finish your notes?
Yeah.
But
Okay,
we
should
should
watch
start Spirited Away over
Okay, but here's my thing.
because it's been 8 months.
Okay, this is me just actually planning our watching experience
that's fine.
once we're done. So, Spirited Away. Then we watch my personal favorite, Kiki's Delivery Service.
That's fine.
Okay, sick.
I haven't seen any
That's our
Miyazaki
night
movies.
tonight.
I would like to watch
And
more.
then tomorrow night.
Miyazaki, not to be confused with Miyazaki, the genius mind behind games such as Bloodborne and Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Then,
available now on the PlayStation and every other console except the Switch.
Next movie night we watch.
Hashtag Sekiro. That is a game I have actually finished about 5 times.
Right.
So, on that note.
Okay, next movie night we watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
We watch a speed run of Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. Okay, so Eternal Sunshine, that's fine.
Great.
Wait, no, then you get to pick 3. We can't do this right now. The people are fleeing.
Then you get 2 movie nights after that.
This is going to
picking
be
the movie.
All right, fine.
Jake.
Bunch of Wong Kar-wai films.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sounds good. All right.
Non-stop Akira Kurosawa movies.
Gus is in a bit of a hyperfixation with Akira Kurosawa, which we're not mad about. Okay. Rand's taste is impeccable about Elsa at the Black Aja because here's what I thought. I thought at the time that because he was saying nice things about one of these two Aes Sedai. I thought he was saying nice things about Elsa and saying he didn't think he could trust the other one. But then I read again and he was saying the opposite thing. So then I said, because I don't change my notes, Corinne or something like that, but I don't remember her name. But I said, honestly, at this point, I'm going to start going with well, do the kids trust them? And if so, they're Black Aja. If not, they're probably fine.
That's hilarious. Well, why does he trust Elsa?
Well, I said that I was wrong about that. I had flipped the two.
No, he trusts Elsa.
No, he says that he doesn't trust he doesn't know if he can trust Elsa, and then he likes the other one. I'm pretty sure.
Elsa Penfell, who accompanied him this day, was one of those who had sworn to him. Of the Green Aja, she had a face that might be considered pretty if one didn't recognize the ageless quality that marked her Aes Sedai. She was pleasant for an Aes Sedai, despite the fact that she had helped kidnap Rand and lock him in a box for days. Elsa had sworn. That was enough to allow Rand to use her. The other woman attending him today was less predictable. She was a member of Cadsuane's retinue. Corella Hovian, a slim yellow with blue eyes, had sworn no oaths to do as he said. Oh, despite that, well, look at this. He felt a temptation to trust her, since she had once tried to save his life.
See? You see?
A temptation to trust her. But he does trust Elsa.
No, he just said that he will use her.
Okay.
Because she's put him in a box. Well, I guess he's kind of warm to both of them at this point.
But he also hates them because they're Aes Sedai, and he really is going hard on how much he dislikes Aes Sedai this book.
Okay.
He's really leaning in.
Brandon's implicit biases are showing. No, I'm just kidding. I said, never mind, I misread the page. If you messaged us about it without listening to the end of the notes, you owe us a soda.
That's funny.
To be fair to them, the notes do sometimes take forever. One of the wounds will spill his blood on the rocks of Shyle Ghul, huh?
Yeah, that whole thing.
Is that new information? That one of his specific two wounds will open up and...
His interpretation of the prophecy is that the one or the other or both of the wounds will break open and spill blood.
Why is that the assumption?
Because they're the Christ wounds.
Why isn't it? I could get my head cut off.
They're the side wounds because they bleed. Those wounds bleed a lot, and they're fucky and weird.
I have not thought about those wounds in relation to that prophecy one time.
Rand apparently only thinks about those wounds in relation to that prophecy.
Well, if they look anything like they did in the show, it's a nasty looking thing. I'd think about it a lot too. Why wouldn't they just bring food through the gateways?
It's a lot of food to bring. It's a ton of food. I mean, it's a ton of food.
But like, send some the long way and get some emergency rations now.
I don't think he controls the city either. So it's also a question of where will he keep the food? Where will he put it?
And
will he be set upon by hungry refugees who will try to tear his men limb from limb for food?
Well, what's the plan when the food comes on the boat?
Well, the nice thing about a boat is that it floats and you can put it out in the water where people can't necessarily get to it. And you can be like, hey guys, we have food from your boy. He's your boy now.
Okay.
And then they can parcel it out rather than being like, hey everybody, it's raining bread.
It's raining bread.
Fucking cloudy with a chance of meatballs over here.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, it just seems like DoorDash is taking too long.
It is, but you do.
We might try Gate
Dash. Now, why you couldn't send a ship through a gateway is because...
That's another question.
Is because you would need a ton of channelers to make a gateway that big.
Why don't we get a bunch of little skippers? A lot of little skippers. We just get a fleet of skippers. Skippers all the way down. We just get so many goddamn skippers. These boats can fit so many goddamn skippers in them.
Skipper means captain, doesn't it?
No. It's a little boat. Isn't it a little boat?
Schooner?
No. It's skippers. Skipper. I'm realizing we had a missed opportunity. We could have named Petey Skipper.
Could have.
Though I always think Skipper's more of a girl's name because of Barbie. Because Okay, hold on. Skipper. What's a skipper? It, I can hear them typing, is a boat. Definitely. Cool. It's definitely a boat.
Oh, you were wrong, weren't you? You're holding the phone away from me.
No, it's definitely a boat. No.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Ah!
No!
Skipper. The captain of a ship. Oh, interesting. Oh, how quaint.
But it's also, Gus, it's also a person or thing that skips. What does a boat do if not skip? Haven't you ever seen a boat and gone, that thing skips?
Well, as we may have just discussed, they float.
Wait, can I talk about one thing that pisses me off that I learned about, well, that I just realized annoys me?
Yes, please.
About film and television?
Yes.
Like, I mean this with all due respect, but also I need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
If I see one more movie in which a man teaches a woman to throw rocks, to skip rocks.
Oh, yeah, you hate that.
While she watches.
You hate that.
Wow, you're really good at that. I'm going to scream.
Yeah, you really don't like that.
Because you take the most mediocre man and give him the most mediocre of skills and then just have a woman. Wow.
We did recently watch another movie where that happened. And
yeah,
like,
I can't stand it.
You
Is
were done.
this partially because I'm bitter because I don't know how to skip rocks?
I can't either. I'm garbage at it.
You can't skip rocks either?
No. It's hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah. See, now we're talking like we would be impressed if someone started skipping rocks.
Listen, I just don't want to be called out like this.
Rand, can you skip rocks?
I just want one scene.
Do you?
For every scene of that, where a woman teaches a man to skip rocks.
Do you have any more notes?
Because that's called equity. Okay, hold on. Oh, damn. We're headed to Eridamon.
Yep.
Or should I call it Eridamon?
Nope.
Why?
That's not... Oh, I get it.
Yeah, because
I was trying to make a joke and it didn't fly. Yeah, that's good.
It happens.
Yours was better.
Oh, Semirhage does not know Grendel's plans. They're like, tell us Grendel's plans. And I'm like, my darling, they're not friends. Like, they do not share plans. I just think that's funny that that's specifically what they want to know.
That is pretty funny.
And I'm like, we know definitively that Semirhage and Grendel are not directly working together even a smidge.
Chapter 5, we're going to start right after these ads. Welcome back, Allie. Chapter 5, A Tale of Blood. That's the logo. What's that?
It's the birds.
It's the sea folk. Are we now in the habit of giving the proverbial fuck about the sea folk?
I want it on record that I always have.
Indeed.
I've cared the most about the sea folk.
Chapter 5, A Tale of Blood. Rand chapter. How's he doing?
Rand's doing okay. Well, I mean, Rand's never doing okay.
Yeah,
Rand's doing.
Mm-hmm. Rand crossed the trampled manor, green banners flapping before him, tents surrounding him, horses whinnying in their pickets on the far west side. In the air hung the sense of an efficient war camp. Smoke and savor from the stew pots were much stronger than the occasional whiff of horse dung or an unwashed body. Great. So Rand's hanging out. He's thinking about the Aes Sedai. What's he think about the Aes Sedai?
He thinks they suck because
man,
he always
fuck them. Yeah, that's what he thinks.
He even is channeling that energy, forgive the pun,
Heyo.
on our girls Egwene and Nynaeve. And I'm like, are you not stooping actively right now? And Aes Sedai, have you not just impregnated with your super sperm, Elaine Tricant?
Oh, somebody pointed out, you remember last
Aes
week
Sedai.
You were talking about how, like, Avienda's going to have, like, quadruplets or something.
Yeah?
Somebody pointed out that in A Lily in Winter, Min shares a vision that Avienda, in fact, will have 4 of Rand's children at once.
I am undefeated, even when I don't remember shit.
Why'd you take the off my chair? Why are you hitting me with the pillow from my chair?
Undefeated.
Why is this happening?
Because for some reason in fantasy at one time, everyone was like, you know what's cool for women to have?
Why are you hitting me with the pillow?
You know what's
what did I
symbol of our virile main male protagonist's virility? Because that's all that matters is a man's virility. You know, even though he does about 5 minutes of work in total, you know what? It's a symbol of his manhood that at a time with no maternal health care, despite having a matriarchy, no maternal health care other than an Aes Sedai and some herbs, we get quadruplets? Twins? Quadruplets? Is it even possible to have naturally conceived quadruplets?
Maybe.
I don't know. But at a certain point, I'm like, at a time with very little maternal health care beyond prayers.
There's magic.
Yeah, if they're lucky enough to have access to an Aes Sedai, I'm like, is it even safe to have a quadruplet at this time?
Why the pillow? What is happening?
I'm trying to stick it.
Mine is not magnetic. Yours is cool and magnetic. Mine is elastic. She's just slapping my chair with a pillow.
I was trying to get it to stick.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right.
This is the thing. What's wrong with a single child? Listen, here's the thing. Nothing wrong with multiples. All right. I'm not hating on multiples. I'm just like, what is our obsession with them culturally?
It's cool. Not necessarily, healthcare free quadruplets, but it's mysterious.
It's mysterious?
I don't know. Allie.
I'm just saying.
Rand thinks.
Sounds miserable for Avienda.
Rand thinks of Matt and sees him. And what's going on with that?
What?
Rand thinks of Matt and he sees him in his head.
Oh, he's like, where'd that galley was with go?
Yeah. But what's up with...
Where did she go?
Back, remember? She got saved.
But didn't they get married?
Yeah, and then she went back to Abu Dar.
That'd be a bummer. If you got married and then your new spouse...
Political marriage, I guess. I'm sure they'll see each other again.
I hope they don't.
I know.
I'm not complaining here.
What do you think is going on? Have we talked much about the visions?
What if Tuon died?
Have we talked much about these visions?
We have. We've talked about what they might be.
Yeah.
It's just every time they think about one of the other ones, they see him.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is weird.
That's it.
What is that, the pattern?
Taviran, I guess. Rand thinks it's Taviran anyway. So.
I suppose. Rand is the foremost expert on all things.
They're still drafting people. Hareen shows up. And...
Yes.
How's Hareen?
I liked this exchange.
That's good.
The sea folk usually make me furious.
Yes.
But in this particular instance, it was nice. They did kind of like a trade for a trade.
Yeah.
Everything seemed pretty on the up and up. And he asked her a question. He asked her, what do you all do with men who can channel? I don't know why Rand's out here trying to hurt his own feelings, but here we are.
Well, because he wants to fix it.
I know.
Yeah.
And then she goes, 2 depressing options.
Yeah.
1, you can drop yourself off of a boat with the stone tied around your ankles. Mm-hmm. The Godfather way. Or 2, is it The Godfather that happens in?
No.
What's the movie?
I have no idea.
Sleeping with the Fishes?
I don't know. That's a phrase from The Godfather. Mafia generally.
I've only seen The Godfather one time. But okay. Yeah. So, there's some movie it happens.
I'm sure there is.
All right. But 2, you get marooned on an island with no food or water.
Yeah.
I know what option I'm picking. The option where I could maybe swim to safety.
Rand is also...
Or, here's my brilliant idea. The rock is actually styrofoam.
Rand also is like, you guys got to keep up your water taxi duties.
Oh, no.
And she's like, well, there's kind of an invading army occupying the ocean. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. You're my water taxi. Taxi the water.
Can you magic yourself food?
No, I don't know. Like, make it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Out of thin air.
I don't see how that would work with the power.
Why not? You get a little spirit.
You could make plants grow faster. So you could make crops grow more quickly. So yeah, he asked that question,
But
and
you can't like make yourself a 6-piece combo.
No, you can't whip up a quick ham and cheese on rye.
I don't want powers anyway.
So yeah, she tells him.
Okay, but could you open a gateway
To a Popeyes?
to a Popeyes.
I would love that. I haven't had Popeyes in a minute. I miss it.
Okay, hold on. Let me make a gateway.
So
Hello,
he
DoorDash.
He asked this question.
This podcast is brought to you by
It's
DoorDash.
not. He asks this question, and she's like, well, yeah, that. And Rand is like, okay, cool, stop. Because, like, it's fixed now, so you got to cut that shit out.
And she's like, okay, no, I hear you. I hear that you believe that that is true. What I'm telling you is that other people don't believe that that is true.
Also me.
And he's like, oh, why don't people believe it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, hundreds of years of
Thousands.
prejudice.
3,000 years of
It's hard to snap your
established
fingers.
truth, yeah.
Listen, I see what the writer is saying here, and I agree that it is annoying that you could say something and it's not automatically perceived as true. That would annoy me also.
Mm-hmm.
However, I also see what the writer's doing here, where they're like, hey, just because you're like, hey, that thing is fixed, doesn't mean that people necessarily believe that.
How is the lose Theron of it all?
Loser Theron?
Sure.
He's so annoying.
Rand can't stop him out anymore. He can't really lock him out the way he
Great.
would like to be able to.
Just what we want.
Yeah, so that's happening, and he's like, all right, cool, sure, thanks, great. What do you want to know from me? And she's like, well, think about it. I'll noodle on that.
All right, now I'm concerned about this. This is Chekhov's question over here.
So then
We're going to get, oh no, it's going to be at the worst time that she's going to ask that fucking question, isn't she? Oh no, Gus, what's it going to be? What's the
good
question? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be a good moment where
maybe
she's
it's going to
like,
be, how many fingers am I holding up behind my back?
Nah. It's going to be like, he's going to have some freaking subterfuge thing going on. And she's going to be like, I need you to tell me about, what's that thing?
Could be. It's possible.
What's going on there? And he's going to have to tell her.
So Damer Flynn pulls up.
And I'll be like, just lie. And his honor will prevent him from doing so.
Damer Flynn pulls up.
Damer.
How's he doing?
Wishing he had a better name than Damer. That's
What's
for
wrong
sure.
with Damer? I bet this is one that's a real name.
Oh, no. I can't
Every
keep
time
doing
you make
this.
fun of one, it turns out it's a real name.
I can't keep doing this. Damer? I hardly know her.
Damer Flynn pulls up, comes up, goes to Rand, and he's like, I apologize for taking so long to return, my Lord Dragon. Rand's like, yeah, whatever, you're here now, that's fine. I've never been exceptional at making gateways, Flynn continued. Not like Androl. I needed to... Flynn, Rand said,
Andrew, I hardly know her.
Enough.
What?
And his Aes Sedai chuckles, and, you know, like, what's going on with all this? Rand talks to them about the taint being cleansed, and how do they feel about it?
Great. If I were a man who could channel.
He's talking to Elza, Corelle, and Damer Flynn.
Corelle is like,
and
I
Corelle
can
bonded Damer
feel
Flynn.
that it's different.
Yeah.
And Rand's like, cool, could you tell everybody that? Or are we just going to talk about it?
Yeah.
Probably. Something like that.
He thinks more about cycles, and he thinks the tighter one tie to Baal, the sharper the snap of the cords when they were cut. Curse you, Baal. And so...
Here's the solution. Have some sea folk channelers bond men who can channel.
I don't think they'd go for that.
See how
I
different
don't think they'd want to do that. I really don't think they would do that. Because they also wouldn't have any metric to compare it against.
That's true.
Because Corelle had bonded Narishma before the cleansing. Not Narishma, I'm sorry, Flynn.
I guess it's too much to hope that they'd, go with the trust me bro.
Probably not. Probably not. This is on the scale of me telling you, like, hey, the moon now, you can stand in moonlight and it will heal, it will make 5% of people feel like they have eaten a great meal. Not you, but 5% of people, when they stand in the moonlight now, because of some shit I did,
Really?
they're going to feel like they've had a great meal.
Oh, wow. That's really neat.
Yeah, bullshit. That's not what you think. You think you're insane, Gus. I'm going to lock you away.
I wouldn't think I would lock you away. I'd hear you out.
Sure. I guess in this case, Rand is de facto Jesus.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, I'm de facto Jesus. You have known and acknowledged that I'm de facto Jesus. Trust me, bro.
So Rand,
I'd be like, well, maybe.
Rand mulls on Taviran and Fate, and how's this go?
It goes all right.
Yeah, it's one of these again. It's a nice little moment.
He's having another little existential crisis.
He wishes he had agency or the ability to do what he wanted instead of what the pattern required of him.
Bro, speaking to the damn choir on this one. Don't we all wish we had... This is the thing, though, Randy. Here's the thing. I get that it sucks to be the chosen one. For sure. I mean, hell. Definitely sucks. Also sucks to be the kid dying of starvation right now that you're talking about.
It's true.
Life is hard, and control is an illusion. The only thing we can control is our attitude and our response.
That's true. So he talks to Damer Flynn about it a little bit and thinks about Moiraine, and then the scout is like, oh my god, there are Aiel coming. And Rand is like, okay, did I like this line. Did any of those Aiel wave at you, soldier? My lord, the man asked. Why would they do that? They're Aiel. If you saw them, that means they wanted you to, and that means they're allies, not foes.
All right, but how is he supposed to know that?
Inform Bashir that we'll be meeting with Rourke and Bale shortly.
He didn't say they're enemies. He just said they saw Aiel.
It's time to secure Erad Daman. Or maybe it was time to destroy it. Sometimes it was difficult to tell the difference. And we switch perspective to Cadsuane, how Allie has put a sock on her hand and is using it as a sock puppet, and when she speaks, she is puppeting the sock on her hand. I am very pleased by this. It is entirely true.
Things up
and this is the fun thing about an audio medium. I could be making this up.
Source? Trust me, bro.
I am looking at listen, this is Rand saying the source is cleansed. Allie put a sock on her hand and is using it when she speaks.
If I were to have a sock puppet on my hand, I might be using this as a metaphor.
There you go.
For what Rand is doing with the sea folk.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
How's Cadsuane?
Really annoyed with Rand.
Yes.
Because he's not listening to her. He refuses to learn from her.
Yes.
And he won't let her torture a literal demon spawn.
Big mad. They're asking
He's
about
like,
Grendel.
No, you can't hurt this 3,000-year-old murder witch. Defenseless 3,000-year-old murder witch.
Maybe that's the title, Defenseless. We've already done 3,000-year-old murder witch, but that was about the show.
We've done 3,000-year-old murder witch?
About Lanfear.
We have?
Yes.
A defenseless, innocent 3,000-year-old murder witch.
There you go. The Cadsuane is drinking tea and acting like she's chill as fuck, and Maurice is like getting pissed off, trying to question Semirhage, and Narishma's in there hanging out too.
Semirhage, who literally looks at this gal, okay? She looks at her and she goes, I know substances and weaves that can replace all the blood in a person with someone else and keep them alive, screaming in agony for an hour.
This is a fucking badass, creepy fucking scene.
And Rand's like, she's an innocent.
This gives me a little bit, Silence of the Lambs vibes.
Have the lambs stopped screaming? I ate him with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
A very good movie. We should watch that again. I finished that movie.
You did.
Watched that all the way through.
Please
you know what else I did all the way through? Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. But I didn't finish my 100% because you have to play it 4 times to 100%.
Have you finished Baldur's Gate yet?
No. Been playing that for a year.
Have we finished It Takes Two?
No. We should start that over because I think we should.
You do this to me every time.
Maybe I'll call the episode We Should Start That Over.
Oh my God, we should start this episode over.
Hello.
If we take a break. Oh my God.
Welcome
Hi.
to Wheel Takes.
A podcast
about
in which
the wheel of finishing things.
I'm stuck in a time loop.
The worst thing about that is you wouldn't know.
Why would you do that to me?
I'm sorry.
Why would you do that to me right now? Why would you do that to them?
Listen, Allie,
What is wrong with you?
If I were going to be trapped in a time loop, there's no one I'd rather be trapped in a time loop with than you.
Oh.
So Cadsuane is
sweet.
is chilling
I'm
out.
still panicking about the time loop,
That's
but
fair.
that was nice.
Maurice does this shit about the blood. Semirhage does this shit about blood, and Maurice is like, I am very, this is not okie dokie. I am not comfortable with
not
this.
an okie dokie.
I hate this
right
so
now.
fucking much. She goes, the transfusion itself requires use of the power, of course.
Really quickly, I wonder how many of the people that are listening who live in other countries, right? Because when you're learning a language from another country, right? You don't necessarily know all the little colloquialisms.
Yeah, idioms
right?
and all that.
That's not what they teach you in the schools. They teach you grammar and other boring shit.
I learned some French idioms. I don't remember any of them.
I mean, yeah, but like, you don't know like the youth idioms.
Oh, slang.
You don't know the fun
okay,
shit.
Yeah.
And so I wonder like how many of them learn new little cute colloquialisms from
Probably
us.
some, I hope.
Okie dokie artichoke is
That's
one of my
a good one.
faves. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Pack that one in your little suitcase of mental whatever.
Other methods are not quick enough. I invented the weave myself. It can suddenly and instantly pull the blood from a body and deposit it in a bin, while at the same time taking a solution and pressing it into the veins.
What an utterly useless skill to have.
My warning, I had one subject survive an entire hour after the transfusion, Semirhage said in a calm, conversational tone. I count it as one of my greatest victories. He was in pain the entire time, of course, true pain, agony that he could feel in every vein of his body, right down to the near invisible ones in his fingers.
It's a fibromyalgia flare-up.
I know of no other way to bring such suffering to every part of the body at once.
I know. Fibromyalgia.
She met Maurice's eyes. I will show you the weave someday.
I hate that.
And Semirhage is like, okay, we're putting you back in timeout.
All right.
We're
now
putting you
you're
in timeout.
And Rand's like, we can't torture her. She's a woman.
Well,
and I'm like, she knows how to de-blood a man. I'm just saying.
What do you think she's filling the guys with?
Soup, probably.
Dr. Pepper?
Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb?
She's got to get the cheaper soda.
Yeah.
What, is she made of money? Dr. Pepper.
Maybe we call
in this economy.
That's the episode title. Dr. Pepper in this economy. That's it. There you go.
The man's like, at least fill me with Dr. Pepper. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Toner?
Dr. Pepper. For when you're trying to fill a man with something other than blood, Dr. Pepper.
We're going to get a cease and desist. Dr. Pepper is not associated with any blood transfusions.
Men of their blood.
Dr. Pepper brand blood bins. Order one now. Buy 10. Get 5 free. One or alum thrown in.
I'm trying to think if there's like a Dr. Pepper slogan. Is there a Dr. Pepper slogan?
Shit's good.
Shit's good.
I don't know.
It's the peppery.
It's like the original 7 flavors or something. Hold on.
Is
Hang on.
that it?
It's something like that. Oh, the microphone. There we go. Dr. Pepper slogan. Dr. Pepper has had many slogans. Oh, I'm not reading the AI synopsis. Dr. Pepper
Correct.
was marketed using the slogan. Oh, that's Diet Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper was marketed using the slogan, Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
And then they
AI came up with that
They
one.
brought out the slogan, there's nothing diet about it.
That one's better.
That one's better.
Wait, go down. I think there were more slogans.
These are all the subtypes.
Okay. Wait. Dr. Pepper 10.
A low-calorie version with 10 calories per serving. It was marketed primarily towards men, with the product's branding featuring a masculine appearance and gunmetal colors, and
Why do they
promotional
do this?
campaigns featuring the slogan, "It's not for women,"
Ew.
which gained some controversy for its promotional sexism. You think?
You think?
It was discontinued in 2018 due to low sales.
Yeah,
Wow.
I wonder why. Maybe because you alienated half of the world's population.
As of 2009, the slogan of the product was "Drink it slow, doctor's orders."
Oh.
And now there are ads that end with a celebrity saying, "Trust me, I'm a doctor."
Can they do that?
It's people who played fictional doctors.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
That's cute.
That's cute.
On March 28, 2006, 2008, various media outlets reported that Dr. Pepper would offer, Dr. Pepper would offer, quote, a free can of Dr. Pepper to everyone in America, end quote, excluding former Guns N' Roses guitarist Buckethead and Slash. What? If the band released the long-awaited Chinese Democracy in 2008. All right, whatever.
To everyone in America? How much would that cost?
Too much.
To give a can of Dr. Pepper to everyone in America, except for two people.
A lot.
How many people are there in America?
I don't know, like 300 million, but that's
how much does a can of Dr. Pepper cost?
10 to 4 used to be a slogan. The extreme care, the hygienic cleanliness used in making as well as shipping Dr. Pepper means a lot to you. They called themselves the most misunderstood soft drink.
Okay.
And then they called themselves the most original soft drink ever in the whole wide world. I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That is too earnest.
In 1977, Dr. Pepper advertising was marked by the famous Be a Pepper campaign, followed by Be You. The newest slogan out today is There's Just More to It.
That sounds threatening.
Which coordinates with the emphasis on the 23 fruit flavors. Okay.
Hang on.
From 1910 to 1914, Dr. Pepper was identified with the slogan King of the Beverages. Old Doc, a typical country doctor character with a monocle and a top hat, became the Dr. Pepper trademark character in the 20s and 30s.
Okay, it's $2.89 to get a Dr. Pepper. And there's 333 million people in the U.S.
Okay, apparently Dr. Pepper's most famous ad slogan was Drink a Bite to Eat at 10, 2, and 4. What? Wait, what? Did you... Hold on.
Say that again. I just had some kind of episode.
Drink a bite to eat at 10, 2, and 4. What?
They desperately needed Don Draper. My
In
God.
1950, it was the Friendly Pepper Upper. That's good. I need to figure out what this means.
That's good.
Drink a bite to eat at 10, 2, and 4?
So, to give everyone a can of Dr. Pepper in the United States, except for two people, it would cost, hold on, it was 333.3 million people in the United States. Hold on.
What?
$963,237,000. So almost $1 billion.
Delicious.
Can the company afford this?
I don't know. Dr. Pepper valuation. I don't know what this means. I don't speak stocks. $46.87 billion is its market cap or net worth.
Tax the rich. Sorry.
Okay, but we need to go back to drink a bite to eat at 10, 2, and 4. The slogan has its roots in the 20s and 30s in what was then cutting-edge research into the way the human body works and how food affects it. The studies not only proved the link between sugar and energy, but also discovered what they claimed were natural dips in every person's energy around 10:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. Okay,
that kind of tracks.
All right. Dr. Pepper argued the best way to combat these periodic slumps was one of its sodas, which would provide the sugar equivalent of a bite to eat. Okay. Drink a bite to eat at 10, 2, and 4. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, sure. Yeah. Well, anyway.
That's why Don Draper showed up in the 1950s with some shit like It's Toasted, and everyone thought he was a goddamn genius.
Well, but can we agree that Semirhage is putting Dr. Pepper in these people's veins?
No, it's Mr. Pibb.
It's Mr. Pibb.
She's economical.
That's true. She's not going to spend
She's a woman
billion dollars on that. Yeah.
She's being funded. She can't be blowing everything on Dr. Pepper when Mr. Pibb is a reasonable substitute.
So Cadsuane...
Is there a medical difference? Is there a scientific difference between filling a man with Dr. Pepper versus filling a man with Mr. Pibb?
Mr. Pibb got her 45 minutes. Dr. Pepper went the full hour.
And there you have it,
There
folks.
you go. Yeah, so she puts a metaphorical bag over Semirhage's head. And Maurice is like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. This is hard as hell, and it's not working, and nothing. We can't do anything, and this sucks. And all she's doing is like telling me horrible things she's going to do to me. And Cadsuane is like, we got it. We can break her, Cadsuane said. Can
How?
we, Cadsuane? Of course we can.
How?
She's human, just like anyone else. True, Maurice said, though she's lived for 3,000 years.
And Cadsuane goes, she's been locked up for most of that.
Yeah. Centuries locked up in the Dark One's prison, likely in a trance or hibernation. Subtract those years, and she's no older than any of us. A fair side younger than some.
True.
And then she's like, damn, I'm old as fuck, man. I'm like one of the oldest people alive. I'm so fucking cool.
Well,
And you know what? She is.
if you didn't have those dumbass oaths, you'd live even longer.
Funnily enough, Olivia is 100 years older than her.
I know.
So
It's kind of bullshit.
she thinks about her age. What's she think about?
Rand.
The last battle, how she swore that she would live to it, and how being older has made her feel more urgency rather than less.
Well, yeah, you got less time.
She can and will be broken,
I'm concerned she's going to die during the last battle.
Cadsuane repeated. I am not going to allow a person who knows weaves from the age of legends to simply dance herself to execution. We're going to pull every scrap of knowledge from that woman's brain, even if we have to turn a few of her own creative weaves on her. And they're like,
Ready
well,
the Dr. Pepper.
We can't do that. They assume, what do they assume? I don't know, I'm going to step through all this.
What? They assume what?
They assume she thinks she can escape and torture them to
I
death.
would assume that. Yes, I would assume that. And so then I would not leave her alone with just one person. Maurice is dead as fuck, by the way.
Well, they're not leaving her with one person. There's always multiple people in the room.
How many?
At Cadsuane, Narishma, and Maurice.
That is 3, one of whom is functionally like, well, actually, he's not useless because he
He's
actually
an
has
Ashaman.
Well, I forgot about that part. Okay, but hold on.
And there's 2 people outside the room shielding her.
Okay, but how many people does it take to actually like shield someone, right?
They've got a rotating guard of
Rand
people.
broke out of a box.
Those shields were tied off.
Okay, so definitely don't tie anything off. I am concerned. What if all the Forsaken decide to show up and grab her? They have gateways.
Would they? I mean, the Dark One said,
I
fuck
mean,
her.
probably not, but they don't know that.
That's true.
There should be
Cadsuane
at least 10 people in there at all times.
hated admitting failure. And this was not a failure, not yet, but she was close. That boy was destined to destroy the world. And maybe save it, too.
I just think they should just cut her head off and be done with it.
But then they lose all her information. They lose all the knowledge.
I know, but then they don't run the risk of her getting away.
And maybe save it, too. The first was inevitable, the second conditional. She could wish the two were reversed, but wishes were about as useful as coins carved from wood. You could paint them however you wanted, but they remained wood.
Cadsuane's the kind of gal who would say, like, if sands and butts were candy and nuts and we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
How did you break one of the most powerful women who had ever lived? A woman who had perpetrated countless atrocities during the Days of Wonder before even the Dark One's release. Meeting those black onyx eyes, Cadsuane realized something.
Those are synonyms. Aren't they synonyms?
They're close.
No,
They're similar. Alfor's prohibition on hurting Semirhage was meaningless. They could not break this woman with pain. Semirhage was the great torturer of the Forsaken, a woman intrigued by death and agony. No, she would not break that way, even if the means had been allowed them.
Maybe they mean onyx like the stone, like it's black like the color, and onyx like hard like a stone.
I assume that's what it is.
I see.
Yeah. With a chill looking into those eyes, Cadsuane thought she saw something of herself in the creature. Age, craftiness, and unwillingness to budge. That, then, left a question for her. If given the task,
Forsaken, they're just like us.
how would Cadsuane go about breaking herself? Because she's realized that torture wouldn't work.
Lukewarm tea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just make her slightly uncomfortable?
Just have her drink slightly weak tea.
You think that's what they're gonna do?
No, not for real. But I feel like that would break Cadsuane.
What could break Semirhage, or are we never gonna find out?
I think we're never going to find out because I think Semirhage's going to break the fuck out of this prison. And I think I'm going to be mad at Rand about it.
They carry Semirhage off to a room
Because
where
he's
they're
going to go like, how could you let this happen? I'm going to be like, how could you let this happen?
where they're going to bind and gag her, and Cadsuane watched the Forsaken go, carried on weaves of air, then shook her head. Semirhage had been only the day's opening scene.
Oh yeah, they're going to hang her out the window, aren't they?
Yes.
Hilarious.
It was time to deal with the boy. And that's the end of chapter 5. How you feeling? You feeling good?
Feeling pretty good.
You want to go watch the thing
Spirited
after
Away?
I upload this?
Yeah, we'll start over per your...
It's been a really long time.
Oh,
I don't
no,
remember
we
what
can start over.
happened.
No, the only thing that happens is that as a child, I watched this movie.
Oh,
and
okay,
it scared
don't
me
spoil
so
it.
much. I won't.
Okay.
But it scared me a lot because I didn't think I was as smart as the girl in this movie.
I'm sure you are.
And so the beginning part's the scariest part.
Well, I can't wait.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
For listening, everyone. We have social media if you want to know what we've got going on. It's linked down below. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us that way. It's patreon.com/wheeltakes. You can always leave us a rating and a review, which helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Allie? I'm going to go play Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That was Allie. Whoa, you do that?
Well, what I was going to say was, now I wonder how much Mr. Pibb could be in a person.
I assume it would cost the same, roughly. Maybe.
No, it would cost
20% less.
We're talking savings here.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Wait, hold on. We'll not leave until I give the definitive cost of one Mr. Pibb. $2.39 is only 50 cents cheaper?
Rough.
In this economy?
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.